Good day. This is Cast Iron ASMR. The Sad Sack and the Sarge. Sad Sack and the Sarge. Comic books. From Harvey Comics. I got these comics this summer. 3 of them. I just read this one last night. I read this one this summer. Then a little later I read this one. Then they got lost. And then I found it. Then I just read this one last night. That's alright. Let's take a look. Yeah, they're pretty good. Here on the cover, we'll look at them in reverse numerical order. Here we have number 152. That would have cost you 60 cents. Or 15 pence, UK. So this one, I don't know. It says here, Fun in the Army with Sad Sack and the Sarge, while these ones just say Sad Sack and the Sarge, but I think they're the same title. We got 152, number 70, and number 67. But they had a lot of different titles, I'm learning, with the Sad Sack. The Harvey Comics, they were pumping them out. They were publishing the comics weekly, like 3-4 times a week. But this one focuses on, even though Sad Sack is in the title before Sarge, it's kind of about it's kind of about the Sarge, the sergeant. Sad Sack and the Sarge, Fun in the Army. Actually, you know what? I bet if I look at I was going to say liner notes. If I look at the fine print, we'll get to the bottom of this. Yeah, here in the fine print, it's titled Sad Sack and the Sarge, December 1981. Is the cover date. Looks like the Sad Sack has struck oil. And the Sarge is getting a head full. Alright, first things first, we got hot stuff in Hot Ideas. This is an ad for the Hostess cupcakes. Look at this little devil. Wonder who left those chocolatey Hostess cupcakes right in the path of temptation. With a little help from you, my fine forked friend, I think I'll help myself. Here we get a lumberjack. Not so fast, kiddo. Those are mine. It's like, oh, it's hard work. They're like, yeah, we're saving that for after we're done clearing the forest. And then the little devil burns the trees down. And listen to this. It's been a while. I mean, it's been forever since I read a hot stuff comic. If ever. I remember the cartoon. Look at how, I don't know. Okay, I'll just read. He goes, well, woodsman, ready to make a deal with a little devil. He's just a little devil. Sure, no need to shake hands, kid. He gives him some nice ice loggers. I feel like I must have looked at a fair bit of comics from 1981. I recognize this ad for the NBC Superstar Saturday. It's the exciting new fun in 81. Got the Smurfs, Flintstones, Shazam. And then look, it's got Where Can Teenagers Fly? At Hero High. This superhero in training campus. They made a live action movie about that, and people had no idea it was a cartoon. Me included, because I forgot. I don't think I ever watched that. Although we do have Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which was a great cartoon. Villains beware. Spider-Man's here. We got the brave Iceman. And what are they going to say about Firestar? Of course, she's a lady. She's beautiful. So, I know what happens here because I just read this last night before bed, in bed. And it's a hot, hot day. So this is Sad Sack and the Sarge in good with the General. He's going over the wife of the General. It's like, I need a pool, General. He's like, tough. You can get one when I retire. And then Sarge is like, oh, I got a wild idea. I'll make all. I don't know if they're all privates. I'll make my soldiers build it for them. And I'll threaten them if need be. Listen, wise guy. You can choose between kitchen duty or building the pool. So basically, you can build the pool, or you can build the pool and get kitchen duty. So they're all just like got pickaxes. The Sad Sack. And look, this is a really bad idea. What about Mrs. Rockjaw's flower garden? Plow it under, stupid. She'd rather have a pool. Even he knows. I don't know this guy with all the warts on his nose. Well, here goes. I'll bet she has Sarge shot at sunrise. So look, it's like a miracle. They dig it down 15 feet straight with just pickaxes. And like, I think one of them has like he's got like a spade. It's like one of those army ones, army issue, small ones, little ditch digger. Hey, stupid, what are you doing? I'm filling the pool with water, Sarge. You know, Sad Sack is kind of an idiot. It's like, no, you guys make the concrete. And so then he's getting the instructions, but the Sarge is sleeping. How much do we put in? And he gets the time, so the ratio is 20 to 1. 20 to 1? Okay, Sarge, thanks. He's snoring away. It sounds like too much. And he's totally just winging it because he didn't ask about how much rock. A couple 100 pounds. I forget this panel. Maybe I didn't look at it as closely. He's having a little shower now. So, miraculously they build it, and it looks good. He's pretty happy. Bossing these guys around. They're filling it up. Actually, I didn't really get this. So, the sad sack makes the cement concrete walls. He does it wrong, but it's holding the water. And then, he's like, oh, get out of here, guys, the general's coming. And poor sad sack, he's like, I want to see their joy. Like, no, get out of here. And like, let me carry this thing. And then he's like, oh, we got a surprise. They're like, oh, we love surprises. They go into the house because it's in the backyard. Oh, this is weird. Egad. What's going on here? The house is moving. I like that they say egad. Sometimes I like to try and say egad, but it's hard to throw that in to speech. To sound natural. The whole house topples into the pool. So then I looked back. I got a surprise for you. I guess because they built... They don't ever really show them. There, the house is pretty close. Maybe it's too close. And because all that water... Yeah, maybe because the water in this concrete mixture isn't perfect. It was not eroding, but just fell in. The little house gets in there. Like, oh, quick, get to the roof. Well, that was okay. No, it was the Sarge. Sarge trying to score points with the general. At sad sack's expense. Now here, in this one pager, they title it Sad Sack's Funny Friend, the Sarge, in Punchy. Now I would argue that the Sarge isn't Sad Sack's friend. But who am I to judge? So he's working out, running, push-ups, groaning. They do a lot of boxing. I only have a few of these, but boxing seems to be a common thing. Then when he gets to the match, hey Sarge, there's the bell. Wake up. He was too tired. Now here's Sad Sack and the Sarge, but it's really the Sarge. Then I was like, who's this other dude? And he's like a lieutenant, I don't know, chief? He's a chief. And they're both hitting on this lady. Shirley, baby, say you'll marry me and I'll make you the happy... Oh, wait. Shirley, baby, say you'll marry me and make me the happiest man in the world. And she's quick to answer. Golly, what about my happiness, Sarge? Don't listen to that clown, Shirl. I'll make you happy, honey. And then they start fighting. Oh, and then look at how excited she gets. It makes a girl feel so wanted having two wonderful men want her. But which one? And they're just powing away. She has a scrumptious idea. Whoever brings her an engagement ring first, she'll marry. So off they run. But it's the middle of the night. And the store's closed. I'll get it first thing in the morning. So the next morning, Sarge, it's his own fault. He's getting the Sad Sack there. I like calling him the Sad Sack. Sad Sack. Sometimes I say Sad Sack. Sometimes they're like, oh, it's the Sad Sack. He's going to get him to drive. But then this guy's like, you gotta come see General Rockjaw. He's lonely. He wants to play chess with you. Oh, Lieutenant, I gotta get engaged. So he goes. So he has to go see the general. And he's like, Sad Sack, just go and get the engagement ring and go and propose for me. But Sad Sack thinks that the only girl he knows is Sadie, and she's a redhead. He's like, go, to the blonde. Meanwhile, he's like, no, it's this other one. And I didn't really know Sadie, and then, people don't like her, because she's got a big nose. But I think I remember seeing Sadie. I think she's a Sad Sack, too. I thought she was his cousin. I hope that's not true. Because Sad Sack says, I got a ring for you. Okay, I'm desperate. I'll marry you, Sack. Is she so desperate that she'll marry her cousin? Like, no, it's from Sarge. Besides, we're cousins. And she's like, oh yeah, that's great. So they're playing chess. Then he gets away. Egad, where'd he go? And he runs over. Oh, nice. He goes there. So he thinks everything's in good and clear. But he gets to the door, and that other guy's like punching him in the face. That's my fiance. And then Sadie comes and it's like, we're gonna get married right away. And he's like, I'm out of here. So Sarge wants to be relocated to Greenland. They're like, alright, they need a Sarge out there. The plane's leaving in 20 minutes. He's grabbing his stuff. He gets out there. When he gets on the plane, he's got his parachute ready. They're just going to kick him out. And oh no, there's Sadie in the seat behind him. So he jumped out even before they left. Oh, but he lands. He gives the Sad Sack a shiner. Actually, a ring. Like, I got a ring for you. What about the ring? It's a ring around your eye, you simp. So here, the hairy, scary monsters from Collegeville. Collegeville costumes. It's the Universal Monsters. I think I remember these. I never knew they were called Collegeville, and maybe it was a different brand, but they'd have the cheap, I think, the cheap plastic half masks. That little, like, elastic band string. And then there'd be like some like cheapo cloth shirt thing. And I didn't like it if you had like the picture of the head on there. You need to make it look like, what the werewolf would wear. Anyway, look, you could be Popeye. The Looney Tunes. When I was very young, like I said, I don't know if it was Collegeville costumes, but I had one, not Frankenstein, but I had the Incredible Hulk. Here's an ad for Wendy, the Good Little Witch, invites you to a campfire bluebird. Don't really know about those. That's, I guess, the female scouts. They do lots of stuff. They play games, learn about the outdoors, go on trips. They help other people. Man, it gets hard to read this stuff. Probably even they make things. They wear pretty costumes. They sing and dance, tumble, cook, camp, paint, giggle. CBS Saturday morning. It's tune time. I was trying to remember if I ever watched this Quickie Koala show. I don't know. Starts at 8. That's the new one. The Trollkins. Don't remember them. And look at the Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner show. That goes from 9 until 10:30. When the Popeye and Olive Oil show comes, this was the strange one where Olive Oil joined the army, and I think Popeye goes back in time, like the caveman. Black Star. The new Fat Albert show. Hi, friends. RV Comics are ready for you Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and other days too. So here we have, they always tell you what date. Like, oh, in a couple days, there's going to be another one. So here, it's cover dated December, this issue. December 1981. But they're advertising for September. They even define it. Get these brand new cover dated December issues. I always thought it was like 2 months, so September, October, November, December, that's even. September. Look at all the Richie Rich. Richie Rich on the 3rd. Richie Rich success stories. Richie Rich and his girlfriends. That makes him sound like a player. He's got lots of lady friends. He's rich. And he's cool. Richie Rich Gems. Casper the Friendly Ghost. But that's not all. Because, oh, that's like 21 days later. It's quite the gap for them. Richie Rich Dollars and Cents. Richie Rich Gold and Silver. Richie Rich Bank Books. And Richie Rich Millions. Oh, but then, like, how many days does September have? Like a week later. There's a Richie Rich, the poor little rich boy. Oh, here we got Sad Sack. And the Sarge. Richie Rich Jackpots. Richie Rich Bolts of Mystery. And watch the Richie Rich cartoon show every Saturday morning. So this Sad Sack and Sarge story is entitled Hi Spies. Okay, wait. Going our way, big boy. I feel like this happened in another one. Stop, Sack, quick. Or maybe, I don't know. What? What did I hit? I would not let Sad Sack drive me around. No, thank you, handsome. So what's the deal with this? Oh yeah, they're spies. Obviously she's not into you, Sarge. And he's so rude, the Sarge. So they're driving, they're like, I'll give you a ride. And they get there. Where are they going? They're going to town. And then Sarge is like, not you, stupid. You walk back to Fort Snort. Gee, why didn't you tell me that 6 miles back? He's being a little pushy here, maybe. How about a kiss to hold me till tonight, baby? Oh, you must must not do that. You naughty boy. Yo. Molly, you're terrific. I'll see you tonight, Sarge, Wargy. So she's leading him on because she's a spy and she wants to steal the secrets. And Sarge is, just a little bit more intelligent than the sad sack. Really. The two people, yeah, I don't know. He gets back and he's like, oh, like I met this beautiful doll. Her name's Mata. Mata? Wouldn't it be funny if her uncle's name is Harry? It is. What's funny about that? Mata Hari? Oh, Mata Hari. Mata Hari was a famous enemy spy in World War I. Spy? Hey, she did ask a lot of questions. Luckily, you don't know any secrets, eh, Sarge? So they're trying to drug him with the root beer. And he sucks it back. What's up, Dizzy? I can't stop talking. The blooper is a shell that follows the enemy troops. About the troop members. Yeah, he's giving up all these secrets. And he gets thrown in the clink. And then, the sad sack always gets the bum rush. And of course we have sad sack and the Sarge. Printed story, which I never read. There's not enough pictures. I'll just make up the story. The Sarge and sad sack found this robot. Then it started chasing Sarge and some other dude. Then it exploded. Here's Richie Rich. He's looking to pick up some of his comics, but they're sold out. So he starts to cry. Another sad sack's funny friend. And the Sarge. The camp champ. Yeah, he's doing some boxing again. The General. Yeah, there's also a comic about the General. That would kind of be like having a comic about Mr. Roper. That's my analogy from Three's Company. His wife kind of looks like Mrs. Roper. In the beginning one there, let's take a look. Wow. I don't know, same idea. In my mind. So, the General wants Sarge to box against, Camp Fidget? Win against a Slug McSlam. Yes, sir. But he's gonna get out of it and stick the sad sack in his place. Spoiler. Actually, it's kind of good. This one's kind of good. The sad sack pulls a switcheroo of his own, and he gets out of it. Yeah, this is a good one. Oh, but it's pretty nice. Actually, this one's good because then, hey, Sack, I smuggled another steak from the officer's mess. This is great, Sarge. The Sarge wants to, not fat, give him good energy. Eat a steak. Eat another steak. He's like, I'm too full. Force yourself to eat or I'll feed you with a ramrod. does he get out of it? He'll be unconscious for 6 months. I'm gonna try. What you doing? Where are you going, Fuzzy? Ah, they stuck him. They stuck him in the jail. And he did it on purpose. So now Sarge has to fight. He's a monster. Where's the nearest exit? Actually, that's pretty good. It's pretty bad when you kind of want the main guy to get knocked out. Get up, Sarge. That's an order. Oomph. On your feet, Sarge. That's an order. Keeps ordering around. Uh-oh. Tension. Stand up. Oh. Knocked him out. Wow, in the end, Sarge knocked him out. Little trick by the general. They worked together there. And later, the general is so happy he's letting everyone out of the guardhouse. Oh, I think I'd rather stay here. I noticed this too in older comics. In today's language, I think you'd say, uh-oh, I think I'd rather stay here. But, 80s, 70s, 60s, they say, oh, I think I'd rather stay in here. Oh, I kind of wanted to see the Sarge punch him out. At least he's happy, because then he ended up winning. And now Richie Rich is trying to get us to sell Grit in a magazine. Seeds. Well, that's kind of a nice comic. Thanks for taking a look at it with me. I know I have these other two here. This one here's like really kind of got a matte finish. As in, I don't know, it's pretty. But I think I'll save these for another day.